and welcome back. It's time for the GTO Winston Cup Series. As always, I am joined in the booth by Rashad Metz. Rashad, how are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome, Miles. Ready for another installment of this amazing series.
Man, we got some of the best NASCAR all-time greats lined up ready to battle it out on our first road course of this exhibition series. We have announced that we are going to run a full season once we get everything up and running. So these are some test races, and we're just going to see how we can do. So, what are your thoughts about this race here today at the Glen? We've seen Newman has swept the first two races in that the number 12 Dodge. What do you think about this race today? Who's your picks?
Oh man, my pick has got to either be Jeff Gordon or Tony Stewart. Two guys that are incredibly fast. Both of them starting on two different ends of the field, by the way. But those two guys are by far some of the fastest on Watkins Glen, especially for the time. So I'm definitely watching them, especially Jeff Gordon being on the pole.
And we got a bunch of fast cars here lined up forward. Chevrolet, Dodge, Pontiac. Dodge have won the first two races in this season so far. So you have a manufacturer that you're picking today?
Oof. That's a really hard choice. It would be dumb to bet against Dodge today. I'm not going to lie. It would be very, very dumb to bet against Dodge. But Dodge has been fast on the ovals, but maybe there's another manufacturer that's has a faster road course program. So who knows? I think this is up in the air for anybody. First time being on a road course with these cars. So super excited. Looking forward to it.
Chevrolet's been really fast during practice this weekend. So we're going to get down to the Mets painting grid walk. Are you ready, Rashad?
I am indeed.
And starting off on pole, his first career pole in the GTO Winston Cup Series is the number 24 of Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon is no stranger to road racing, really, really fast here at the Glen, amongst other Winston Cup Series road courses. So let's see how that number 24 Hendrick Chevrolet is going to do here today. Them Hendrick cars have shown some speed so far, but let's see if he can back it up with a win here today. Starting on pole, the 24 car.
Rolling off P2, we have Mark Martin, another driver that's really good on road courses as well. Starting P2, beautiful Viagra scheme on that car, but I'm really looking forward to seeing if he can battle with Jeff Gordon, one of the best road course racers, and see if he can actually get past him in turn one and see if he can pick up the win today.
Yeah, that Viagra scheme really goes hard. Anyways, rolling off 3 is the number 8 car of Dale Jr. Dale Jr. has not showed as much speed as he wanted to earlier this season. He was really fast at Daytona, but didn't have what he needed at the end in order to win it. This isn't really his style of racing, but look for the 8 car, that DEI, Dale Earnhardt Incorporated car, to be running up front. He says he has a fast Chevrolet Monte Carlo here today.
Rolling off behind him, we have the number 3 of the Intimidator, Dale Earnhardt Sr. Just short, falls short in qualifying. Does not get the qualifying he wants to do and qualifies behind his son. Now, I don't think he's going to like that very much. Very competitive with his son, Dale Jr. So I'm looking forward to seeing if he can bump and rough his way up towards the front. But I think he's definitely somebody you got to keep your eye on as well.
And rolling off right behind him is the Blue Deuce of Rusty Wallace. And Rusty Wallace has been really, really fast here before in real life, but he hasn't showed that much speed so far in the exhibition series. So he's really looking forward to trying to get that Penske Taurus up toward the front in this race, learn what it can do in clean air. He said he's looking to find some cool pit strategy to get himself up front.
Rolling off next, we have the number 97 Sharpie Machine Ford Taurus of Kurt Busch. Very beautiful scheme that he has on that car. Not somebody you really hear much from on the road courses. I think he just didn't get the qualifying effort he wanted. Doesn't really have the speed, but I think he's going to start looking towards looking at the crew chiefs and collaborating with his team over there at Roush Racing and seeing if they can put together a game plan to get themselves towards the front.
Rolling off right behind him is the first Pontiac on the grid, that Joe Gibbs, number 18 of Bobby Labonte, your 2000 Winston Cup champion. Bobby Labonte said he's had a fast Pontiac all day, didn't have the qualifying effort that he wanted, trying to get the interstate batteries up front here today in the race. He said he's leaning on his crew chief, trying to get him up front. He says he's really itching to get Pontiac into victory lane.
Rolling up next to number 12, Dodge of the Rocket Man, two-time winner in the series, swept the season so far. Did not get the qualifying after he made some mistakes during qualifying, but he says he did a little bit of adjusting, and he said he might be able to have a little bit of more pace, but not the speed that he would like to see. But you might see Ryan Newman make up a good bit of spots and out-strategy his way, because you can tell that number 12 team has great strategy coming off of Northern Isle with that amazing strategy call that got him into victory lane. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do next.
Right off behind him is the Bill Davis Dodge of Ward Burton. Ward Burton has been really fast in that Caterpillar 22. Led most of the laps last weekend at Northern Isle Speedway. Had a really, really fast car. He had the fastest car of the entire day, but got out-strategized at the end. Doesn't have the fastest Dodge that he did last week here at Watkins Glen, so hopefully he can pick up some speed in that Dodge today. Look for the Cat car to try to strategy their way to the front.
All right, rolling off next, we have the number 20 of Tony Stewart and that beautiful Pontiac for Joe Gibbs Racing. I definitely think Tony Stewart is going to be fast here. Tony Stewart is somebody that is very good on road course, especially Watkins Glen. Multiple wins here. I think he's just somebody you got to keep your eye on all the time, especially at road courses. So hopefully Tony Stewart made some mistakes during qualifying. Of course, trying to fine-tune the setup. I think he's going to also try to collaborate with his staff. Not staff, but with his team, and try to get a good strategy coming out into this race, and hopefully you can see them in him in victory lane later today.
One off behind him is Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson has not had the speed he's wanted so far this season. Had some troubles at Daytona, then had some problems with his pit strategy at Northern Isle Speedway. So he's really looking to pick it up. Got crew chief Chad Knaus on the box this weekend. Said that they've worked really well together. He really thinks that they can go really far and start winning some championships together. So look for that number 48 Lowe's Chevrolet to be making some strides in the right direction this weekend. Jimmy Johnson said he's ready to learn all he can so he can tear them rookie stripes off.
Rolling off next, we have Dale Jarrett and that Robert Yates Racing Ford Taurus. Beautiful UPS scheme coming here. Not somebody you really see on the road courses, but hopefully he can get some more speed. Hadn't been having the season with the first two races that he wanted to. Not such a good start, but hopefully he can settle in, get some more consistent finishes, maybe get into the top 5, top 10, and I think we might be able to see him later in this race making some moves.
Off behind him is another Hendrick Chevrolet of Terry Labonte. Terry Labonte did not have the qualifying effort he wanted here today. Was not fast at all during qualifying or practice. Says he's going to take major swings at this thing during pit stops today to try to adjust it and try to see what he can do to this car to make it faster throughout the race. So hopefully the 5 car can make some strides during the race. Let's see what Terry can do.
Rolling off next in the number 9, Casey Kane. I think making his debut in this series. Doesn't have the speed that you want. Those Dodges have not been very fast on this road course today during practice. All of them are talking about handling issues going into this race. So hopefully they can fine-tune that and Casey Kane can make his way towards the front. But this is someplace he's kind of in no man's land when it comes to finishing ahead. So hopefully he can kind of get some strategy, pass some cars on track during the green flag runs, and maybe make a move towards the front.
And rolling off P last is Jeff Burton. Jeff Burton making his first start in the number 99 Roush, that X-Side car. Definitely not the start that he wanted for his first ever race here in the GTO Winston Cup Series. So look for that Ford Taurus to try to be making some runs. He says he's going to learn all he can here in his first start. So hopefully that X-Side car can find its way to the front. And that's it for your Mets Painting Grid Walk. The GTO League is brought to you by Mets Painting, where improvement is their specialty. Are you ready to get this Glen race underway, Rashad?
Oh, I am super excited. Look at these beautiful paint schemes on this beautiful racing facility. Let's go ahead and get this green flag drop
going. Let's get some info up to where we can get this thing underway. And the green flag is out. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing at Watkins Glen.
Okay, there goes Mark Martin trying to make a run to the inside. Look at him. Three wide in turn. Look at him fan out.
Into turn 1. Earnhardt trying to make a move. 3
wide.
Oh, Rusty Walrus got shuffled out to the outside.
He is very much a walrus. Been very sluggish in that car, so he must have some extra weight in there. He might be onto something there, Miles. As he's falling back in the pack.
Really battling hard side by side here between the Walrus and Kurt Busch here in the number 97. Look at Ryan Newman.
Oh, Ryan Newman's going for it. 3 wide. Is he going to be able to make it? He backed out of it.
Oh, got
2 wide through the chicane.
Out. 2 wide through the chicane. Bobby Labonte making a move for that top 5 position.
What a bold move by Bobby Labonte going into this. We're going to have some tire wear and fuel, so this is going to be very interesting. These drivers are going to either try to use up these cars, do have the lean and the power adjuster in their race car, so they can adjust how much power the engine is to try to conserve, or they're going to try to conserve more fuel. They're going to try to use the more horsepower to gain more speed. So it's a very strategic race. A lot of drivers might try to go for the more fuel-saving strategy and the more tire-saving strategy, then come back and strike when they need to, or they might be going for it. But look at Jimmy Johnson trying to use the bumper
teammate
there.
up the track, trying to make some moves. That's going to open the door for Casey Kane, though. Let's make our way back toward the front of the pack here. So we got a pretty good race going on for the lead here.
Look at him going into that corner. Starting to see some tire wear on the tires already. So I guess Jeff Gordon is racing that car pretty hard.
Now we did have some Goodyear tire test here before this season happened, and the Goodyear tire specialists, they wanted to bring a little bit harder compound, as we see Mark Martin trying to make a move to the inside. A little harder compound, so it does get a lot longer life during race settings, but it does have some major fall off. So once those hards start going, it's pretty hard to stay fast with those. So let's see if tire strategy has any effect on this race.
Yeah, especially since they're really slick too when they're cold, really slick. So these drivers are using cold tires right now. But Miles, what did you think your strategy would be if you were in the cockpit of one of these machines? What would be your strategy going into this race? Especially somebody, I want a perspective from you starting in the back and you starting in the front. What's your strategy?
Starting in the back, you got to make some major leaps, because as you see, passing is really hard there. They're still battling it out side by side of the back. Dale Jarrett hung out the outside, but you got to make some major moves really quickly. So you're looking to your crew chief. You got to take some swings for the fences here if you're stuck in the back, because track position is key coming a race like this. But if you're up front, just stay with that lead pack, do whatever they're doing, and try to improve your car wherever you can.
That's really smart. What are you thinking if you're in the front?
In the front, just try to stay out front. Jeff Gordon right now, I mean, he's still battling hard. I mean, try to save your stuff. Take advantage of the clean air with these race cars. And as you see, Mark Martin trying to make a move into the chicane. Can he get it done? Side by side.
Oh,
Gordon slams the door shut.
Oh my gosh. That really messed up his rest of his chicane, which leaves him in the clutches of Dale Earnhardt Jr., I like seeing how Dale Earnhardt Jr., he's tucking, he's a little higher groove than Mark Martin, trying to get some clean air to that race car, the engine, trying to get some more front downforce so we can make that corner. But you look at him getting chased by his dad. I know that's not very comfortable to see in your rearview mirror, knowing how fast your father is. I think we get some pit stops.
I believe. Oh, the top two peel in the pit lane, Gordon and Martin, but the Dale Jr. and Senior, the Earnhardts are staying out. They got their own little strategy. Looks like them two Monte Carlos, the DEI car, and the RCR Chevrolet of Earnhardt Senior have had themselves a little strategy. Terry Labonte stays out in the back of the pack too, as does Casey Kane, Dale Jarrett, and Jeff Burton.
I think those Earnhardts, I think when they were driving around on that slipstream train, those four cars and the pack of four, I think they were sitting there saving fuel and saving a little bit of their tires, trying to see. As you can see, look how much extra fuel they have compared to the other drivers that are already in pit lane. So I think they were just tucking into the draft, saving a little bit of fuel, saving their stuff, and I think they're just gonna try to see how much ground they can gain right now on track.
And see these other cars. The other cars don't really have the track to start the race. All these cars started in the last few slots after qualifying, so they're already trying to make some big leaps here on pit strategy. Let's see how it's going to work out for them in the long run.
We might see a huge shift in the grid, in the running order, if this all goes to plan.
Jeff Gordon, everyone else on the racetrack, they did not take tires though. Let's keep an eye on that. I believe no one took tires in this group.
Just fuel.
Just fuel from everyone in this run.
That's interesting.
At the top two are coming on the pit lane. Ooh, Senior's taking tires.
Oh, Terry Labonte stayed in?
The top six pitting the group, all of them taking tires.
That could definitely shake it up.
Fresh Goodyear rubber on there, but that's going to make them spend more time on pit lane refueling. So will it lose them track position in the end? How big of a difference do you think tires will make here, Rashad?
Judging by how hard it is to pass, and And how it's typically a one-groove racetrack right now is what we're seeing, but with
Martin's
the
going
extra...
for the lead on the inside. He dives it in. There's some contact. Door to door coming off of turn one. Martin,
Oh
will he
my
be able to
gosh.
clear him? He
Takes the
clears
lead.
him. What a pass by
great
Mark
move.
Martin.
Very smart move by Mark Martin. He stayed behind Jeff Gordon, bought his time. I think Jeff Gordon started using up a lot of his tires, a lot more of his tires, and he kind of took advantage of that. Now look at the gap that he's built on Jeff Gordon there. That pass compromised his whole run through the S's and through the straightaway. So, but going back to what you were saying about the pit strategy, I think the tires are going to be definitely worth it. It's going to allow you to run different grooves, run a lot more higher lanes, especially since they're going to be slower on the inside. I think they can really gain that time they lost. See, look how fast they are. Look how fast they're catching Jimmy Johnson through the chicane.
Yeah, let's see if they're going to be able to make some passes here. Keep an eye on that fastest lap. Bobby Labonte in that third spot actually holds the fastest lap of the race so far. Jeff
So he's
Gordon.
definitely somebody to keep your eye on, but look at Jeff Gordon once
He's
again reeling
nipping at the
in.
heels of that Roush Racing Ford up front.
That Chevrolet is fast. Those Chevrolets have been very fast this weekend. Well, just Jeff Gordon has been very fast this weekend in the Chevrolet. Not much to hear from
We got some
the other
30
Chevys.
wide going into turn one there. Ward Burton dives it down to the inside. Pushes Rusty Wallace out wide.
Rusty Wallace has been getting bullied all race, and I don't know how much more he's going to take of this right here, but he's been getting... Oh, he's trying to hang around the outside, trying to stay there.
Not going to work,
Next
though.
out. But Rusty Wallace has not been getting treated, treated
here
well.
goes Ward Burton, or not Ward Burton, Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon.
Oh, he was looking. Wasn't close enough, though.
I think he was trying to intimidate. Go back into the cockpit view of... Right there, you can see, look at his rear view mirror, filled up with the DuPont Chevrolet. That is such a cool view to see. Oh my goodness.
Well, he has to really keep an eye on what's going on behind him.
But look at the tire wear on that number 6 car. Fuel's looking good right now. I think you can go about 2 to 3 more laps out on that current tank of gas.
You can hear them. The acceleration off the corner is a lot slower than we've heard before, so he may be saving a little bit of fuel even though he's out there leading the race.
I mean, that's a smart strategy, especially while he has control. Him and Gordon, if they just play smart, work together, they can save a lot of fuel because they don't have any pressure from behind right now. But look at those guys in the pack.
Kurt Busch slamming on the inside. Wallace gets past again. I cannot speak tonight.
See, honestly, I think battling as hard as they are in this mid-pack is going to definitely ruin a lot of their strategies. Especially because they have to use a lot more gas fighting each other, a lot more tire fighting each other. It's going to make Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, and Ward Burton pull an even more of a gap on the rest of the field.
And you see Senior and Junior were out there on that other tire strategy. Senior's actually lost a spot after this. He has not been able to pick up many spots too. Dale Jr.'s, he's only picked up 2 spots, so it doesn't look like tires are making that big of a difference so far in this run.
That's very true, but it's been a lot of battling in that little pack right there, so that might play a factor as well.
And he's actually taken the lead back from Mark Martin, and Ward Burton has moved up into 3rd place.
We're halfway through this race right now. Let's see
well, we're
how this is going to shake out. Pit stops it is.
As the leaders come down pit road, will they be taking tires this time?
I think they have no choice but to take tires this time.
4 fresh Goodyear tires and a full tank of Sunoco racing fuel for Jeff Gordon, as well as Mark Martin. Ward Burton's going to take it too, but look who's staying out on the racetrack again, that number 8 car, trying to work that that other strategy that no one else has been running all day long.
Same as Dale Sr. Also, Case K and Terry Labonte are following suit, and Dale Jarrett as well. But look at Ward Burton starting P9 this race, managing to find his way back into the top 3. I told you those guys were going to try to work on those cars. I think the first pit stops, they kind of got the car more dialed into something he's more comfortable with. And now he's actually making a lot of moves on track as we speak. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this is going to play out between Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, and Ward Burton.
They've been really fast all day. Ooh, Bobby Labonte actually jumped Ward Burton in pit lane. Labonte actually had a pretty fast pit stop. But you see this group up front.
Casey Kane is really wide there on that corner. I don't know what happened to him. Made him so wide on the corner. They're going to be coming
to pit road this time, most likely. Do you think they're going to take tires this time? Because last time they were out, those new tires didn't make that big of a difference. So I'm betting that they're going to stay out on these older tires for the second run.
Look at the tires on those cars that stayed out. I think they saved a lot of tire during that last stint, and I think that's really going to pay dividends. Maybe they can get a shorter pit stop, but hopefully they didn't lose too much time, because those drivers behind, since they got out so spread out, they got to set down some really fast outlaps. So I think that's going to play a huge role in how they come out.
No one in this group back here behind the leaders right now, which are in the pits, they haven't been racing each other. So they've been really in clean air, been able to set some clean laps as you see them overtaking the cars on pit road right now.
They're being very patient. I really do like that. Are they going to be able to get out in front of them, actually?
I believe so. Earnhardt Jr.
Just so
tackling
close.
Out. Ooh, Earnhardt Jr.'s actually going to come out in third place.
Third place.
Senior's going to come out in fifth. Will Labonte be able to get past him here as they get up to speed? No, he's not. So they gained a ton of time.
Oh, look how close he is to that rear bumper. I think he's going to try to overtake him right now.
And they did stay out on old tires. So let's see how that's going to be able to help him or hurt him out.
I don't know. I think we're going to have at least 1 to 2 more pit stops for the rest of this race. Do you think these drivers are going to try to save fuel towards the end? Oh, my gosh. Look at Tony Stewart trying to go for the move.
Rusty trying
to Tony Stewart have tires?
Tony Stewart did get tires. As well did Ryan Newman, Jimmy Johnson, Casey Kane. So even differing strategies, even in the back of the pack, everyone on different strategies here. This is interesting as you see Bobby
Labonte's trying to overtake Dale Jr. Can't speak English.
Jr.'s out on older tires right now.
Look at him pinching him on that inside curb.
Using him off. And the Pontiac of Labonte has gotten past for that third spot.
That Pontiac is fast.
Mark Martin's starting to close in on Jeff Gordon, the leader. That number 6 car has been fast today.
That top 3, we have a representative from Chevrolet, Ford, and Pontiac. 3 cars that have not been that have not won races this season. All been controlled by Dodge. But look at that Dodge in 5th place right now, trying to catch up to that pack. So we thought Dodge didn't have a good engine or a good setup for this race, but turns out with a little bit of fine-tuning, a little bit of adjusting, they actually got a pretty fast car. Ward Burton has been in great communication with his crew chief of how the car is handling, and I think they really got it more dialed in than where they were, which is expert communication from that Bill Davis racing team. Especially for a team that doesn't have
they're battling hard back here for 6.
Look at that bumping and banging. They'll see you trying to go around the outside to be able to hold it. Couldn't quite hold it. But isn't that fascinating? Bill Davis Racing comes here. We got a 1-car team in the series right now, 1 representative, and the great communication, the great skill that's happening in that team, and the great driver behind the wheel.
He's fighting for that 2nd position. He's going to get it.
Oh my gosh, that Pontiac is fast.
Bobby Labonte is tracking down our leader. Jeff Gordon, will he be able to get there?
Bobby Labonte started P7 this race.
Oh, he's going to look. He's
my gosh, give him the bumper.
The corner.
That Pontiac is fast.
One of the fastest on the racetrack. He had the fastest lap a couple laps ago. Only a couple hundredths off of the fastest lap. He's one of the fastest cars on the racetrack right now.
What's that fuel situation looking for Jeff Gordon right now? Okay, about the same as Bobby Labonte. The thing is, Mark Martin, at this point, I feel like he should just chill out.
Labonte to the inside. Oh, he
gets by him.
Oh, but he gets pushed out wide. Oh, and he gets
it to the back.
Gordon has been really, really aggressive so far in this race.
Bobby Labonte has been making some great strides in this race.
Let's see if he's
Oh
going to
my
make another
gosh.
run at it here. Did not appreciate that move that Jeff Gordon pulled on him in that chicane. He's going to make another run at it. But I think they're going to be coming to pit stop this time.
I think they are. Yes, they are as they go single file. But look at
Diving on the pit lane.
Dale Jr.
Dale Jr. going to stay out.
Dale Jr. He stayed out from 4th place this time, so this really might shuffle it up. But he does have to take tires. These other guys just have to take fuel, as there are only 3 laps remaining in this race. So I don't know.
This is going to be a good one here. How much fuel will they take to try to finish this one off?
Jeff Gordon didn't top it off completely. Bobby Labonte didn't fill up at all either. Kind of tried to short pit. But what do you think about this tire strategy? Do you think these drivers are going to, especially the ones that didn't take tires on the last pit stop, do you think they're going to have to take tires this pit stop? Or do you think they're going to try to ride it out?
Tires haven't been making that much of a difference. If I was them, I would honestly stay out. See what happens. Mark Martin is actually going to jump Bobby Labonte in on pit road.
I know, but look how big of a discrepancy in look how worn Dale Jr.'s tires are.
I think at this point in the race, track position is king. You just got to stay out there and hope that you can make your car wide enough.
He just lapped the 122. That's 2 seconds off the fastest lap. What is Jeff Gordon's last laps?
124 before he pitted.
Ooh, those are slow laps.
Not some good laps. So if Junior and them try to stay out on older tires, they may actually be able to do something here.
Coming in for a fuel-only stop, this might be able to...
Well, let's see. They are going to take some tires. Let's see if Senior's going to take tires too. 4 fresh Goodyear tires for Senior too. As for Terry Labonte, looks like in the Dodge of Casey Kane. Dale Jarrett coming up pit lane. Jeff Burton
as well.
But here's the battle for what's going to be the lead. With under 3 to go.
Oh my gosh, 3-car battle for the lead.
3-car battle for the lead. Labonte and that Pontiac trying to make something happen here. As they're passing everyone on pit road now.
They're going to be able to come out in time?
Oh, they're going to come out in the top 3 or 4, I believe.
Strong effort there by Dale Jr. and Dale Sr. trying to get that different strategy to work. Almost worked out for him. But look how fast.
Right here.
Those top 3 cars are in a league of their own right now.
Martin's trying to make a run for the lead now. Look for him to make a pass down the back straightaway.
Big run.
The draft. Jeff Gordon's been known to push people wide here. Oh, he pitches
but he did it.
Pass.
Oh my gosh. Is he going to have anything for him? Is Jeff Gordon going to have anything for him?
Well,
he's really fast. Bobby Labonte seems to be slipping.
Track him back down. Bobby Labonte is there. We saw him run down Gordon for the lead. That Pontiac is fast. And don't count out Ward Burton back there in 4th spot. That Dodge is fast. We got a lot of fast cars out front that could easily take this thing home.
We have a fast car from each manufacturer. And each team, actually. Yep, we have a Roush, a Hendrick, a Gibbs, and a Bill Davis car, all racing together.
Bill Davis is just, man, they're a real trooper, man. They've been by battling hard. They had the fastest car last weekend in Northern Isle. Wasn't able to bring home the win. So, I mean, they've been doing really good for being such a small team that they are. They got Caterpillar on board helping them out. They're battling hard back there in the back of the pack.
They really are.
Let's get back to your lead battle. Nose to tail.
Bobby Labonte's falling off.
2 to go. Bobby Labonte is definitely slowed down. Gordon's looking to the inside. Into the chicane as he ran a 1/10 faster first sector.
Oh my gosh. On worn tires. On worn tires. Do you think fuel is going to come into play? You think these drivers have topped off enough?
They still got about a quarter of a tank. They should be able to make it through this final lap. But look, Mark Martin does have a good amount less of fuel than Jeff Gordon.
You think he's going to be forced to go into fuel save mode here and try to have to block Jeff Gordon?
I think at this point in the race, it's all out trying to get what you can give. But look at the last lap. Last lap, Mark Martin ran was a 1:21.2. And then last lap, Jeff
Bobby
Gordon.
Labonte's
Bobby
pitting.
Labonte's pitting. He is not going to have enough fuel, I believe. As the white flag is out, we have one more to go. Here's the battle for the lead.
I think fuel might have been a lot closer than we thought it is with Bobby Labonte pitting from third place. I think fuel might be a
able to make
concern.
it back around. Ward Burton
has a lot of fuel.
Them stay out. If these two run out of gas, Ward Burton could easily swoop up the win here.
If Jeff Gordon going to be able to catch Mark Martin, a lot of pressure from behind.
He's going to look to the inside. He's going to try to make another 10th faster lap for Dexter 1.
I think he's being patient. I think he's
for the final time.
I think he's going to wait. He's got to wait to that backstretch.
Look at the fuel. The fuel's in the red in the bottom left. Will they be able to make it back to the line?
I think he's going to have to go into fuel save mode.
As Gordon's trying to make a pass here.
Gordon's going to try to go to the inside. I think he's going to have to cover him off. He has to try to cover him off, and he does.
The block. One more turn to go. Who's going to make it? Who's going to win here at the Glen?
Oh my gosh. The fuel.
Martin.
His fuel light is on.
Off the final turn. Mark Martin's out of gas.
He's out of gas.
Gordon's going to pull around him. Will he be able to beat him to the line? Jeff Gordon is going to win at the Glen. Mark Martin coast home second. Ward Burton comes home third. Junior fourth. And Kyle Busch fifth. Wow. Martin ran out of gas within 100 feet of his first win in the GTO Winston Cup Series. How unfortunate it was for that number 6 car.
That fuel saving, I was saying, man, with Jeff Gordon on your rear bumper like that, as fast as Jeff Gordon was, Mark Martin had to push to be a little bit faster. And I think in that, especially
let's
with
take
the
another
speed
look here
had,
at the in-car camera. If I can get there. Looking at the telemetry here of Mark Martin coming off the final turn.
Yep, he's out of gas right there.
And it's out of gas right there. And Gordon's just going to easily...
Barely, actually. He ran out of gas at the line.
What a close one. Both the lead cars ran out of gas.
If they ran out of gas any sooner, that would have been... Oof.
But what a finish here from the Glen today. As we look from the rear end camera of Mark Martin's Ford Taurus.
Gordon uses that last little bit of fuel to get around him.
So close from Martin. You know how heartbreaking that had to be.
Definitely.
But Jeff Gordon brings home the first GTO Winston Cup win for Hendrick and bring home the first Chevy win, actually. So, and he's dominated this entire race pretty much. So congratulations to Jeff Gordon. Ray Abraham, his crew chief, made a great call of getting just enough gas to get him out there. And just what a finish here today. And man, this was a fun one to watch. But thank you for watching the GTO Winston Cup Series. Thank you again, Rashad, for joining me here tonight as our co-host. We are going to have up next, what is our next race? Blue Moon,
our next race will be Blue Moon Bay Speedway.
And that's going to be a fun one, kind of a Pocono-esque track. So we're going to keep our eyes on that one. But thank you for watching the GTO Winston Cup Series. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We will see you next time.